Hi, I'm Regina Fortman, and I am in the group with Heidi Kirkland, Carrie Fillmore, and Elizabeth. Our theme is about the body. My section is science, and I want to talk to you about the body and the elements. Today, our objective is that the student will be able to describe the complete structure of atoms, explain the elements mainly found in human body, interpret and explain the arrangement in the periodic table, investigate a chemical reaction. So in our chemical reaction project, we need to have a small beaker, which is this right here. We need to have the baking powder and a plastic bag. And to hold our plastic bag, we need a rubber band. And the student will share the same materials here. Um, the first thing I want to do is allow you to watch a video about the atoms. But I do want to let you know that 99% of the mass of the human body is made up of just 6 elements. Mostly is oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, and phosphorus. The chemical reactions are taking place in our body all the time. Oxygen um, to carbon dioxide is one of the chemical reactions that are taking place in our bodies. So the learner today will watch this video about the atoms, and we have 2 videos about that from PBS. And the students should be able to better understand the table of contents positioning and the table of how they relate. The students will explore the elements and evaluate this chemical reaction. So the first thing I want to do is I want to grab my plastic bag and I want to shake a scoop into this bag right in the corner of this bag. And then I'm going to use this beaker and put 30 cc's of vinegar into this beaker. I'm going to shake this right into the corner and squeeze all the air out of it because I don't want to affect it very much. And before I let the contents of this go into this beaker, I'm going to tie it with the rubber band. We want to time this, so if you want to get your paper and pencil out, we're going to time this event. Now we're going to empty it into the vinegar like this and stuff the empty contents into the top side of the beaker and watch the chemical reaction happen. You see? And we're going to see how long it's going to take.
Wow.
I'm going to make sure it's empty. And airtight. Can you hear it?
Yes. Hear the gas.
You see how it blew up?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's carbon monoxide in this. Carbon monoxide. Carbon dioxide in this. I'm sorry. So what do you think about this chemical reaction?
It's amazing.
Do you think you can separate the baking soda out of this? What is this now called? It's called a mixture.
It's a mixture.
Yes. The portion of this that is chemically reacted has turned to gas.
Mm-hmm.
So does water and baking soda make a chemical reaction?
No.
Why not? Why do you think it's not going to make a chemical reaction?
Because it doesn't have acid.
Water is a universal solvent. It will deactivate or break down everything to the simplest form in order to keep it from having a chemical reaction. Can the elements be broken down into simpler particles?
Simple particles?
Can the carbon be broken down into simple particles?
Yes.
No. In our lesson, we want to talk about the separation of atoms, molecules, elements. The atom is the smallest part of anything in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
It cannot be broken down into any other particles. It's just like gold. Gold cannot, it can break, but when it breaks in half, then you'll just have two pieces of gold. One will never turn into silver. So if you mix a bucket of melted silver and melted gold, what do you have then? What do you think you would have?
Two pieces of melted silver and melted gold.
That's right. And it will be a mixture of the two separate elements. That's right. So the gases rose up in the plastic bag, and the periodic table tells us that that these are the gases. This hydrogen is a gas.
Mm-hmm.
Helium, those are gases. And this is a part of the human body, the calcium. And here it is on the periodic table of elements.
Wow.
And so you have your metals and non-metals in this book on the periodic table of elements. Those are the elements that can no longer be broken down into any other pieces. So what is a mixture and what is a chemical reaction?
A mixture is when two items is combined together, and a chemical reaction when there's a solid and liquid dissolves.
Well, a chemical reaction can happen with rust because iron is on the periodic table of elements.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. Let's find iron on the periodic table. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay. I don't see it. Where is it? Where do you see it? The iron? It's a metal. Yeah, we have potassium. Okay, well, here's gold, silver,
Mm-hmm.
copper, and these are all of our metals. Well, I don't see iron on here. The iron reacts with water, so iron can have a reaction. So the last question I want to ask you is the atom the simplest form of an element?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's water, helium.
No. An atom is the simplest form of an element.
Oh man.
It is just plain either gold or it is helium or it's oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
but I